A rainy day. Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, hi, Mitty. Hello, Mitty. I know Bully somewhere. Hi. Excuse me. You're gonna fall. You're so silly. Still only filling the one bowl. Don't make that dry food last, guys. Don't make that dry food last. Yeah. The next food. You were done. So yesterday we were talking about the chicken that I had brought out for the cats and that I boil it because I make dog food for my dogs. So I guess, people found interest in that. Okay, so when you go to prepare your dog food for your dogs, fresh homemade dog food, it's always good to consult the vets. Ask them, what can I add and what are the do's and don'ts. We did that. He suggested eggs for their coats. He suggested a multivitamin that we add to the food. It's a crush up powder stuff. And there's a chewy one that they have as well. So there are multivitamins involved that you have to add to their diet. And if your dogs don't take pills, my suggestion is do what we do: smash them up and put it in their individual bowls. Because our dogs, they stay until everything is out of their bowl, which means they eat everything. What the hell is that? So yeah. So we boil a whole chicken, we separate it. It gives us 3 pots. So we take a big pot. It's like a couple of cups of rice, vegetables, eggs, chicken, the multivitamin. So yeah, they get all of that. And if you want to switch to it, I suggest you talk to your vet and make sure that you're making sure that your dogs have everything they need. We have to go with specific vitamins that go for They can be used for both dogs because one is 10 years old and one is younger. So we had to make sure that the vitamins would work for both of them. So yeah, so it is something that you should talk to your vet about. Um, don't just Google it. Don't just look it up. Don't just go by what the internet says. Actually talk to somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about when it comes to your dog's dietary needs. I mean, you can talk to a breeder if you have a specific type of dog. Like my mom has a purebred German Shepherd, um, and he has a special diet along with his special kibble. Um, our dogs do eat apples. They get an apple a day. That is also added to their diet. So, figure out what your dog does and doesn't like and make sure that you talk to a vet on that. But back to the kitties. But yeah, I'm glad someone took an interest in it, Not gonna lie, some ticky-tacky people were interested as well as someone on Facebook, so I figured I'd explain. We didn't go into it lightly. Our 10-year-old was having issues with food, dog food kibble. We switched to Iams as recommended by the vet because it had stomach stuff in it for him. That just made him even more sick. Well, he was throwing up and he was not playful, he was not energetic. And understand that this diet isn't for every dog because there are dogs that have more needs than some. Our dogs are not high activity dogs. They go outside, they do their business, they come back inside. So they're pretty much indoor dogs for all intents and purposes. They do go for walks. We have a large yard, so we walk them in the yard. We walk them down the dead end road that we're on. Well, not all the way down, but halfway down. And then we walk them back, and then we walk them around the yard a couple of times again. So they're not, like I said, they're not high activity dogs. But again, the one is 10 years old. I'd say he's like a medium-esque sized dog. So we have the two dogs and we have the cats. And the cats, they're good. They get Iams. They get Iams because they're all different ages, and Iams seems to be the one that they tolerate and they like. And they get wet food as well, along with a powder. I don't remember what it is called, but it's a powder that we put in their wet food. And because they're indoor cats, it helps with their immune system and stuff like that. Just a little added boost. We started with the immunity stuff because we had a cat who had FIV. For those who don't know, that's feline HIV. He was an outside cat, and we took him in. He was our first cat, and he has since passed. He was a tabby. He was wonderful. But yeah, so we started with the immune powder because of him, and the vet said it when we said, should we continue with the other cats, giving them, even though they don't have FIV, he says it doesn't hurt to give it to them. I mean, there's 7 cats in the house, and they're all from the outside, except for 2 that were born on the porch and were really basically never outside. The rest were from the outside. So he said it can't hurt them. It can only help them. So that's what we decided was the best course. There's also chewies of the stuff too. I can't for the life of me remember what it is. I'll post a picture in the comments on Facebook and show you. There's Mr. Bully. Hi, Mr. Bully. But the temperature has gone down. It's a little chilly out. I should have put a little jacket on or something. Yeah, so looking at nothing. Yeah, so, that's just a few little tips. I do, when I hear the cats out here start to get the sniffles, like when Butter was out here, I used to give him his own plate of cat food, and I used to put the immune system stuff in his wet food, and he would not have the sneezies the next day, which is great. I've done it for Dot. And we did give Mr. Tigre over there some as well. His was given to him with some tuna, because I thought he would gobble up the tuna faster than he would eat the wet food. And I was right. He swallowed and inhaled the tuna, which got all of the immune system stuff in him. And he's slowly but surely gaining weight, which makes me happy. So, but again, it's chilly out here, and I don't want to catch a cold again. I'm still recovering from the last cold. So I'm going to go inside, and I'll make sure to take a picture of the powder. And I don't think we have any treats right now of the stuff, but we do have the powder. It's always on hand. I'll take a picture of the powder and make sure to put it in the comments on the Facebook page. TTFN.